It's time once again for another chapter of The Rich Hart Show, broadcasting live around the world from the Pro Business Channel studios in Atlanta. And now, please welcome your host, international business dynamics coach, real estate broker, and wealth finance and people consultant, Rich Hart.
Hey, welcome back to the Rich Hart Show. It's great to be back. Rich Casanova, thank you very much. And the audience, Foster, and the audience out here too as well. And today I have special guests with me, Pastor Steve Saintus from the Haiti and Dominican Republic NorthStar sectors themselves. Today we'll be talking about the mission of your business. And Steve, what you've done, of course, welcome to the program, Steve. Say hello out there.
Hey.
That's what we need right there. Steve, today we're going to be talking about the mission of children, family, and faith in such a faraway land. And as we go through a little bit about Steve, and I'm going to actually have you fill in the blanks there. But Steve, a pastor, as it functions in various leadership roles, he's a senior pastor who has planted many churches here in the United States and abroad. Of course, what we're talking about, Haiti and Dominican today. And then he's the president and founder of Hosanna Helping Hand, a nonprofit organization that supports various schools and ministries nationally and internationally. So, Steve, again, welcome to the program. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me again, man.
And Steve,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Tell the audience themselves who Steve Saintus is. Tell us a little bit about Steve.
Steve was born in Haiti, actually. He moved to Florida when he was about 16. I'm speaking of third.
Come on back to first person out here.
But I left Haiti. I was 16, and I did not want to go back. I left for good. You know.
What was that time frame, Steve?
This was 1986 when I left. But still, Haiti, Duvalier had just left, and my parents did not want me to go back, and neither did I, because Haiti is a place where dreams actually die even before they begin.
I understand.
So we left, and I've studied here. I've studied engineering. I've studied theology, and I'm also a teacher. I've taught math, English. I'm also a Bible professor.
Good.
So Steve is...
So it sounds a well-rounded individual, without a doubt. But Steve, you know what really intrigued me. We had the opportunity to meet when we were doing mission out in Haiti. All right, several weeks ago. I'm thinking that's just about a month and a half ago. Very unique opportunity to see the lands of Haiti. All right, I had been out there, and we're working with the NorthStar folks themselves, and I had the opportunity to meet you and meet your wife Esther, darling, and your whole entourage out there of folks that are helping and supporting what you do out there for your ministry efforts. Steve, what I really want to talk about is this journey of leadership. Everything that you've done, how you've dived into and received this calling out there to develop everything that you're doing in Haiti right now. I think our our audience themselves really wants to know a little bit more about this journey. And what brought you back to Haiti?
The Lord.
Good. Superb. Good.
I always knew somehow I'd be in Haiti doing something. I was 19 when I had a hint that this would happen, but really I kind of put it in the back of my mind. Again, I did not want to go back to Haiti. But the earthquake of 2010 really changed my mind about that. You know, as I went to Haiti through the Dominican Republic, because there was no flight at the time, as I got there and got engaged in helping the people, and you know, my heart's just melted. I couldn't see myself leaving.
Right.
So I've since I've been there, I've been helping.
So tell us about it. That helping is you just can't sit back and do nothing nowadays. Okay. After 2010, all right, there was a tremendous amount. I mean, I just recently came back. And there's still a tremendous amount of devastation
needs,
out there.
Yeah, certainly, absolutely.
Dynamite needs out there. Why? What's the development? What are you putting in place here? Let's talk about this journey and some of the things themselves you'd like to really create and develop, and what you're doing out there from the missionary work.
Well, you can imagine people already who was poor. Suddenly there was an earthquake killing about 300 people. A lot of people got displaced, and country was a mess, actually. So we came in, and we with some organizations, we provided food and shelter, for a number of people. In fact, I had gone to a place that's called Dessalines.
Right.
Had charge of a foundation there.
Good.
It was a 40-year-old foundation, kind of dying at the time. So we were able to help them get back to normal.
Revive the efforts of the foundation.
Absolutely. Again, feeding, educating young kids.
There's a need to make a change out there. And I think we were talking about it earlier. And a lot of individuals themselves really don't know or are not privy to unless you had the opportunity to experience.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I had the opportunity to experience several weeks ago.
I'm so happy you came as well. I always tell people, you got to come and see.
Without a doubt. But the philosophy already of the foundation, your philosophy going forward, the need to make this change. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, as I was in Dessalines, I noticed that our philosophies were not the same. So I left.
In what regard, though? You know, when you talk, we broad scope philosophy, but then philosophy is down there of helping, and got especially after 2010.
Yeah, I want to shy away from kind of talking badly about another organization,
No, of course.
There are such organizations in Haiti that's really profiting the kids.
Right.
They pretend they're really helping the kids, but really. That's not the case.
Right, exactly.
And so the philosophies was not the same. So I kind of pulled away and went back to a place called Quadribuque.
Okay.
And there we began to help people again.
Good, superb.
Actually, when I got there to where we are currently, and heard people calling my name, I didn't even know they knew me.
Right, exactly.
So it happened that this is 3 years now after the earthquake. That I was recognized. In fact, there's a story about a little girl,
Sarah.
Tell
our listeners about that story, because that was a story that really pulled and tugged on the heartstrings of my heart.
When we got there, and many kids surrounded us, and suddenly, again, they were calling my name, and I asked them, how did they know my name?
Right.
And they said, well, you've been here. You've helped us. In fact, you have a daughter here. I said, I have a who here? Young Sarah. Sarah was 2 days old after the earthquake, dying. And so when we got there, we took her and the mom. We were able to get them some help. And thank God, with the help of the doctors. So Sarah was able to be saved. And this is now 3 years later. And this is Sarah now coming toward me,
right,
hugging me like I was really her real daddy.
Wow.
Man, that brought tears to my eyes.
And it brings goosebumps to my arms just hearing that story every time. You know, there's a sense of leadership, and why I often talked about leadership is the strength and the confidence and the desire to embody yourself in the forms of leadership. All right, and this is a whole different world. All right, this is a whole different stretch. I mean, granted, you knew the area, you knew some of the area. We landed in Port-au-Prince, and then where you settled, and it's just the area itself is just in need of help.
Absolutely. Again, as I stood there, surrounded by a number of kids, and out of curiosity, I asked them, "How many of you are in school?"
Right.
47 kids.
47 out of maybe
60 some kids.
Wow.
47. Either were not in school or had never been to school.
So what happened, Steve, let me ask a question. What happened before 2010? Already, we've seen pictures. I did a little research and study in the areas themselves before I got the opportunity to attend. And we noticed before 2010, before the earthquakes and everything else like this, the area was flourishing. There was a lot of growth. There was a lot of development out there. All right. We know devastation and certain events themselves can trash or devastate a place. But what was it before 2010 and after 2010?
Yeah, I'm not sure the country was flourishing, Rich.
To the point of where
it was a little better than
sure, exactly
before the earthquake,
right?
But still, we're talking about a country. 80% of its people don't know how to read. A number of young kids have no jobs. A number of adults, there's no jobs. Young kids cannot attend school. 95% of the schools are private schools. So when you have no jobs, you have no money.
Right.
Yeah. Do I feed my kid? or do I send them to school?
All right.
That's a tough choice.
So the level of adversity, all right, that you're climbing into, already, really is going to test many areas of your life. It's going to test faith. It's going to test your obedience. It's going to test your trust.
Absolutely.
It's going to test all those areas. Let's just kind of segue into that adversity a little bit, okay? You getting in, know you're up against life itself.
Well, yeah, there's life. There's actually the Haitian government to start with. This is a country rigged with leaders that are just impoverishing the country even more. They're just pocketing the money, and you imagine still a country that's the government has the state. There's one state university,
right?
And kids that want to go to school can't really, even if they apply, 10,000 applying for 200 slots. So it's crazy out there.
It is, without a doubt. It's the poorest of the third world countries and beyond. What I experience and what I've seen is living conditions, poor living conditions, food, water, health, etc., life, ADLs, activities of daily living, are just not in bloom.
Absolutely.
Okay? And so,
it's misery unseen before. So part of my personal difficulty excuse me, is that watching the needs is so great. It brings me to tears. It brings me to nothingness to watch young people just doing nothing.
That's right, exactly. It's funny because even we opened this portion, so we started talking about the adversities and challenges and choices and decisions. Steve, this is a big decision. This is a big decision itself to, I understand you've got family in Florida. You've got family here in Georgia. You've got family, we've got a church family, without a doubt,
absolutely.
100% through and through. And the support of those folks themselves are tremendous. And there's support from other organizations and things of this nature. But this is a tough decision. This is a tough decision from everything you've done, from business-wise, developing leadership, to take on all of a sudden a new role, a new opportunity out there to helping and working and really understanding the level of people and hurt and pain that's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Even as a pastor, I dealt with children ministry, but children ministry was never something that I did, so to speak. But as I got to Haiti and watching those kids in needs, it really changed me.
Sure.
In fact, today we have a few schools.
Okay.
Well, we got a school in Quartier with 200 kids.
Jeez, that's excellent.
And
that's 200 kids, Steve, that's off the streets.
Absolutely.
And they're putting to use, and we're going to talk more about the change that you inflicted and the change that you brought to the Haiti and the people of Haiti, which is tremendous. And you're also doing this in the Dominican too as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me say this. One guy, okay, who has, I thought I was busy, right? One guy who's got church affiliations and hand reach affiliations themselves in the Dominican, Haiti, all right, here in the United States, okay, plus you're a businessman.
Correct.
Okay, in the financial worlds or the accounting worlds.
Yes.
Okay, and so you have like what we call as rich heart tendencies. All right.
I hope that's a good thing.
So do I. Without a doubt. All right. But the thing is, how do you balance all this?
Oh, I don't know. Just prayer, man. Prayer and the drive to change at least a part of the world.
Good, superb.
Is what drives me. It keeps me moving, keeps me going, keeps me praying.
That's cool because even in my motto says moving the world one person at a time. That's what we do, without a doubt. Hey, today we're talking with Steve Saintus, senior pastor of Haiti and Dominican out there. To reach Steve, you can reach him at www.hosannahelpinghandatlanta.com. Let me read that back out to you. It's www.hosanna helping, Helping, hand, handatl.com. You could also reach Steve at Steve Saintus, that's Steve, Steve, Saintus @gmail.com. And to reach Steve directly out there is 404-848-0960. 0489.
That's 484.
484? That's it, 484-0489, and we'll make sure we really
484-0489.
Superb. Hey, Steve, let's get back. Let's talk about some of the change, the direction of your leadership. We know it takes time. It takes persistence, diligence, a lot of obedience out there. And today itself, we talk a great deal about obedience and the obedience from above. But let's talk about your change. You sounds like to me as if you're heartfelt from the children, and that's really what brought you to Haiti.
Correct.
All right, without a doubt. What are the things themselves currently right now that you're putting in place? All right, that you're doing right now to change the direction of life of the children in Haiti.
Well, we have a school, like I said, was saying, we have a school of elementary school of 200 kids. 200.
Which I had the distinct opportunity and pleasure to work with.
Yes.
All right, without a doubt.
They're wonderful kids, man.
Great.
Unbelievable. Kids, I am so blessed to have had the opportunity to help that community out.
Right.
These are 200 kids whom would not have gone to school because either their parents couldn't pay them, pay for their education, or I don't know. But just 200 kids we able, with the help of so many friends and partners, which we're still trying to reach out to some partners to help us even do more. So in Croix-des-Bouquets, we have a school for about 200 kids in a place called Mirbalais, again in Haiti.
Okay.
We have about another 50 kids. But also...
What's the age group, Steve? What are we talking about?
Elementary school, from kindergarten to elementary, so from 3 to about 13, 14.
Good deal. Yeah. Superb. And after 13, 14, what happens to the children from there?
Well, from there, we are hoping to grow with the school, moving from elementary to middle school and to high school, because it really makes no sense to you teach the kid, okay, now you have an elementary education, okay, go find you a job.
Yeah, well, that's not going to work.
It's not going to work. So we are trying to build a school, a full-blown high school. And on top of that, we also have a trade school.
Good deal. Superb.
We have a trade school. It has about 50 young men and women. Again, many of them have difficulties going to a university. They can't afford it.
Okay.
There's no space for them. So
I'm sure Haiti has a university system somewhere.
Yes, they have one state university.
One state university.
And the rest of it is private school.
Wow.
So what do you do when you have no funds, no money?
Right, exactly.
It's schools for the haves.
All right. So now we're putting tech trades in.
Yes.
All right. So they can actually learn
computer, tiling,
good,
electricity,
plumbing. I would imagine.
Plumbing, absolutely,
building and things of this nature.
Yes.
Good, superb. That's excellent. All right. And what's the reception of the community? What's the reception of the people? I'm sure it's huge. All right. It's got to be, because this is something from nothing. All right, to now really building and developing a really confine or a structure out there that people see that there could be a light at the edge of the tunnel.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's unfortunate we have to turn over people who want to get engaged, be involved. Again, we don't have the means to open it up, but really, we have a community that really could benefit from that trade school.
Good. So we talk about this birth of a mission. Okay, definitely no small undertaking. All right, without a doubt. Recently, after coming back from Haiti itself, we started developing some plans to do some additional things out there. But we definitely need help. Definitely need help out there already, in many different ways, many different areas, and many different fashions themselves. What are some of the things themselves that we're in need of right now?
Well, right now we need help with construction.
Okay.
We need to be able, because we have kids graduating from 6th grade,
okay,
moving to middle school, but we have no space.
Right.
So we have to build these classrooms for the middle school.
Okay.
Which is one of our great needs. Electricity is an issue down there because again, this is school, computers, a number of things, lab, but I'm laughing, but
you're not. But I can
really
see it.
It's not funny.
You got to see all the bubbles that are going over your head. All right, from all the things themselves that
we
need to
are
put in place.
lucky if we get electricity for 3 hours.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Right.
Having electricity for 2 3 hours a day, and most of the time it's at night. So but we really trying to find different avenues to give the best education we can.
Sure. And add Steve, you talked a little bit about the birth of the Hosanna Christian Academy, all right, and how this really got formulated. I mean, and the next steps themselves for the Christian Academy. What do you see going forward on that?
Well, my craziest vision,
and that's what we want. That's where we live. We live in crazy.
My big vision is that I can take a kid from kindergarten through our university.
Right.
Call me crazy.
No, that's not crazy.
But that's my dream. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see we take a kid from point A in their infancy to adulthood, where they have either a trade that they can go out to work, or a degree that put them back in the workplace.
Good.
So that's the vision. That's my goal.
Well, Steve, even from the children, okay, which is a great start, we have to start from the lowest, the lower of the seeds, all right, without a doubt. The smaller of the seeds, let's say not lower, smaller of the seeds, all right? What about the surrounding the parents, all right, the individuals, the elders and things of this nature, all right?
Well, that too.
How's the mission out there working and really help those folks?
We provide, we work with the parents as well.
Okay.
We teach them a number of things that they can do. In fact, one of the projects we are having, and hopefully we can build this into a factory, they're using trash, plastic bottles to make jewelry. So they're making jewelry with garbage, actually.
Explain this a little more in detail, because I think our listeners themselves, if they didn't have the opportunity to experience it, and this was something that was birthed here in the United States, was birthing, believe it or not, in Kennesaw.
Yes,
okay?
Absolutely, yes.
All righty, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Amy? Yes,
it
was Amy, right?
Yes.
And Amy had this
Amy
kind of mission, and Tanya, and everyone,
yeah.
They had this mission out there to try to do something, okay,
yes.
and really engage. Explain a little more to the listeners exactly what was done here, all right? And that's, I mean, just think about the engagement that we're taking people on, the next steps. That is huge. Explain
Absolutely, man. You should see the faces of these adults when they are able to use those plastic bags, or just
explain the plastic bags, though.
Well, plastic bags, because in Haiti you can't drink the water,
right?
And then, so in the streets they sell bags of water,
right,
or bottles of water.
And where do those bags and bottles of water come from?
The States.
Probably not most clean environments.
Well, no.
Okay.
No. Well, you have, I don't want to name the name, but there are companies down there that actually mix those waters. But what do you do with those bottles?
That's right. Or what do you do with the plastic bags?
There's no trucks picking up the garbages in Haiti.
Right.
So they're all left in the street, and when it rains, it's actually killing our ocean.
Right, exactly.
So to be able to tap into that, use that, hopefully this is something the Haitian government could tap onto, and
maybe so. You never know
if they would want to.
It's a program called Creative Arts. All right,
absolutely, and they're making really nice jewelries.
Exactly. So what we do is we turn around and we take the bags, all right, and
yes.
we kind of form and melt down the bags,
melt them down,
all right, to make them into jewelry.
Yes,
all righty, and then jewelry itself. And basically, what's happening is that we're bringing back, okay, here in the States, and we're selling that, and the money themselves is going back.
The money helps those families,
right?
The money pays for their the rent.
Sure, and that's 100%.
100%, totally 100%,
100% going back.
Yeah.
You know, I know she's listening today too as well, and she's at the office themselves, but she was actually involved in the last time. We got her down to Haiti too as well, and she was actually making jewelry and bracelets themselves out of paper.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
Just to see the look and the smiles and the accomplishments on these people's faces themselves, and the individuals themselves that partaked in the programs that we did down there. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. It also gives them a sense of worth. you're not just saying here.
That's right.
Go take care of yourself. They're actually working for it, which is, it brings it builds self-esteem, builds respect.
And that's the whole idea itself. What you're trying to instill out there from bringing trade.
Absolutely.
And bringing different types of jobs and engaging the folks themselves and maybe have a sense of pride.
Absolutely.
Right, an accomplishment of developing from seed to table, or let's just say seed to pocket. Okay,
there you go.
Which is not that bad. Okay, Steve, I know it takes a lot of support from a lot of partners and a lot of individuals themselves. Currently right now, with the support from NorthStar, with the support itself that we're doing in other areas, inside, outside support. All right, what additional support vehicles themselves can we utilize? Can we start tapping into? What do you think?
Again, as I mentioned just a while ago, we're still looking for people that this story here touches their heart to either come and see what's happening. We love your checks too. It will help the cause, but we still challenge people to come. We're looking in construction that's costly. We're looking to build a computer lab, a number of things here which we want to do, but really we want to reach out to people who are listening to this program, who have a heart to help those in need. We're looking for these people. We're looking for you.
Good, superb. Hey, how about there was a program out there of sponsoring a child? All right, and tell us a little bit about some of that's going on right now.
Sponsorship is how we are able to provide free education to these kids. Uniforms, books, including 2 meals a day. And too many of these kids,
right.
That's it. That's all they get. 2 meals for the day, and we provide that. Sponsorship helps us do that. $600 for the year,
right.
For one child.
Which doesn't seem a lot.
It's not a lot.
Maybe reducing the size of your Starbucks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or putting aside a little bit.
Absolutely, it's about $50 a month, which is about $1.25.
Yeah, something like that. $1.25 a day. When you really start cutting the numbers down, And Steve, how can people help? I mean, where can we direct to? Can we go through Hosanna Helping Hand Atlanta?
Yes, HosannaHelpingHand.com.
Okay, and that's ATL.
ATL, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah,
so
Hosanna
Helping
Hand ATL.com.
Good.
And you can go on there and click on donate.
Good.
And you can help us that way.
Steve, I didn't know what I didn't know until I got to the area and the region and realized what I was missing out already. I looked through your eyes and the heart of the people that were working with you, and the individuals themselves that really were giving everything that they've got. And I look into your eyes, and I see compassion. I see ministry. I see so much in regards to helping and doing something that probably few and far people would probably discount.
Absolutely. I guess my vantage point is that I see myself in them.
Mm-hmm.
And if it were not for God's grace, I probably would have been one of the people who still trying, fighting with nothing to eat. With, it gets to me. It grabs
me.
It
does. And it grabbed me too as well. And then we're doing everything from the Rich Rock Global side and things of this nation, and we're working with rooms.
I appreciate your service, your help.
Without a doubt.
Really. Thank you so much for.
Without a doubt, we're just that close from being that far away. I say, and so when we start looking at that, folks, if you really were touched and pulled by the program itself, Steve, real honest, down to earth, and really a special calling by God. Without a doubt.
I appreciate you.
Super.
Again, people can reach us on email to stevesaintus@gmail.
Let's spell that out.
STEVESAINTUS. It's the word sent and US. Steve Saintus. I'm a saint.
That was my closing. All right, that was my closing. You can't beat that.
I stole that, man.
How does a guy, when I first met you, Steve, how does a guy doing what you do, okay, And I asked you, people ask me all the time, Rich Hart, is that your stage name? No, that's my real name. What are you talking about? All right. How does a guy do what you do and have a name like Saintus? Okay.
Man, this is what tells me that this was preordained. Okay?
Without a doubt.
I was born to do this.
So you can also reach out to Steve at 404-484-0489. Steve, I want to thank you very much for coming to the show today. Without a doubt, it's been my distinct honor and pleasure to have you with us.
Honor is mine.
Any last
Absolutely.
comments themselves for the folks out there? Any last comments of what you're doing out there?
Just that, those of you listening to this program, I assure you, if you read the news about Haiti, you probably know much of what we're talking about here and the needs over Haiti. If somehow you want to help us, really, our arms are open and our heart is even more to receive your help. So if nothing else, please pray for Haiti.
Yeah, without a doubt.
For the kids of Haiti.
Without a doubt. And Dominican, too, as well.
And Dominican Republic as well.
We haven't really got the opportunity to talk about Dominican, but we're in the same need there, too, as well.
Same need there. In fact, it's crazy down there what's happening to those Haitian kids in Dominican Republic. Those without papers, man, it's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, Steve, thank you very much for joining us today. All right, and that's a wrap for today. So thank you very much, folks. Hey, we're looking forward to seeing you real soon, or hearing you, or actually talking to you real soon. Thank you for joining Rich Hart and the Rich Hart Show, and we'll see you real soon. Take care.
Thank you again for joining us and our guests on The Rich Hart Show. Use the social media links here to share today's show, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Rich Hart Show, brought to you in part by Rich Hart Global Incorporated and the EvalueCore Institute. For more information and to connect with the show host and sponsors, visit richhart.com or email us at rich@richhart.com.